Hello, my friends, and it's been a while since you've seen my face, haven't it? Well, we may have passed the first week of September. And most of us who have made it past the first week of September, congratulations. You're still among the living. Especially yours truly. I'm still among the living. It hasn't been a good year. It's been a trying year, but I made it through it. So for those who don't know, September is Suicide Prevention Month. And for those who don't know, suicide prevention is a thing. It will always be a thing because not everyone has the same kind of skin that the rest of us do. Some out there don't even know how to soldier on with life. Even some people out there, whoever they may be, they struggle with everyday life. I'm one of those people who want to do due diligence by doing awareness for this month. For you see, Sunday I will not be here. So therefore I'm doing this video just in case, if you're wondering what happened to me, well, I'm out. But I will be at the Orpheum, and it's going to be an all-day affair Sunday. And of course I'll be part of the choir singing 3 tribute songs because of one person who passed away quite recently, and that was Donnie Halfway. And mental health is a thing, you know. We all have to take care of that part of us, which does exist in some shape or form. We have to make sure that we're okay. You know, it's just as important as, say, anything else, and that should be a priority. So therefore, if you feel like you need to talk, you have troubled thoughts, please don't bottle it in. Whatever kind of negative emotions you have in you, do not bottle it in. It's not good for you. It's not good for anyone. I could tell you one thing. Personally, I myself at one point did contemplate suicide. It was in my 20s, and I felt like, you know, I really didn't matter. What I had been living with all this time, it's been a burden to me, and I just didn't like myself. You know, it's like, it hasn't been easy for me for coming up, you know, with a disability. And the fact that, you know, if you grew up with a disability and you're a child, then you were basically the target of bullying, and of course depression would come hit you, and self-loathing would hit you, and everything under the sun would actually hit you. Me, I'm no stranger to that, honestly, because I went through a lot in my life. I've lost almost all of my family, all my main family anyway, from my parents, my grandparents, and a few bits of my aunts and uncles on the branch family side. Even a cousin of mine who basically was he was going through some stuff. But it goes without saying, he had gone through some things. And let's just say that depression, it's very, very dark. You don't want to go there. Well, I shouldn't say depression, but the level above depression is pretty dark. I mean, I can easily get depressed. And, it has been a thing. It really has been a thing. But the thing is, I've done something to basically, how should I say this? I've done things to basically fight through that depression. It has not been easy. And therefore, on top of that, I've fought through my share of, say, self-loathing and whatever else that came with the territory. Despair is one of them. So therefore, all I can say is I went to somebody about it. If not that, well, I do what I do on here, which is basically play a video game. Lose myself into a game for a couple hours, and I feel a lot better. Now, it may not work for everyone who has actually, been like that, but for me, I do have an outlet of sorts. Besides, yelling and everything, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, anybody can yell, and everybody can easily be depressed because the world is a miserable place. Really, it can be a very miserable place, and depression can kill. It has taken out very scant few people, but it does exist, and if it's not treated, it can escalate into something worse, like, say, suicide. So the one thing I want to do is make sure that if you have anyone that you need to talk to about your problems, be it online or offline, whether it's a group or, maybe a small circle of people, a small circle of friends per se. Open up, even just for a little bit. Make sure that when you do, you feel better after you did what you had to do. Nobody needs to live in negativity. Nobody needs to live miserably. I mean, look at me. I mean, I had to deal with cerebral palsy all my life, and yet it was probably one of the reasons why I considered suicide at one point. But then I gave it some thought about what would happen had I actually done that. And there have been, a lot I would have missed. And there have been a lot of people who would have missed me. And I've seen my share of death over the years. And trust me, it never gets easier whenever I hear somebody I once knew just no longer there anymore. It's not the fact that they moved, but the fact that they just chose the wrong choices in life, and then after that, they took their own life. It can happen. It does happen. And I'm hoping that none of you out there actually have that happen to you. So therefore, I'm going to share this with you because why not? It needs to be shared. And of course, I'm an advocate for the longevity of life per se. I believe that everybody should be and live happily and peacefully. Not just around where they are, but within themselves. And be happy with who they are. I mean, like I said, the world is an already messed up place. We got stuff that doesn't even make sense anymore. And we're going through Bizarro World. Oh no, it's not Clown World, it's Bizarro World. Because nobody wants to hear some stuff that nobody even asked for. You know? And I mean, just to think about it, not everybody can actually have positive vibes only. You know, anybody who says that, they're an asshole. You know, I mean, not everybody is going to have a good day. Everybody is going to have a bad day. Even worse than that. But you can't get any worse than, you know, having the worst day ever, in which, you know, the world's out to get you, you know. And, you know, there are people who have that mindset. Sadly, it does exist. And it's just a thing. So, if you feel you need to really and honestly have to talk about what is going on, help is available. And people, please, get this around. If you need to really stop someone from committing suicide or prevent suicide, then I suggest the 988 Lifeline. That's right, the 988 Lifeline. And I'm going to put this in the description box below after this video is done. And of course, when you see this video, this is something that needs to be going around. This needs to be shared. And don't let it stop at just one share, you know. Let it keep going. Let the world know you have a friend. Even if you don't realize it, and even if they don't realize it, but you do have a friend out there. You do have people caring about you. You do have a circle that cares about you. Whether you want to believe it or not, you can open up to them. Now, if you can't open up to them, open up to somebody you trust with your own life. You know, it's just as simple as that. I mean, it might not be as simple as one would think it is, but, you know, a bit at a time. But if it keeps you here, if it keeps you living, that's the most important thing. It keeps you living. So please, by all means, remember that this is the month that should be important. I mean, everything that is going on is still going on, but you don't need to be a part of it. Okay? So with that said, I'm going to share this in the description box below. And if you have never heard of this, it's called the 988 Lifeline. So that means if you need to call, text, or chat with anyone, and friends aren't enough, and you need a counselor, please check out the 988 Lifeline. And if you don't know, it is 988lifeline.org. That's right, 988lifeline.org. You'll be glad you did, and you'll be glad I mentioned it to you. So until next time, whatever the hell I plan to do, be it here or on stream, do take care of yourselves and have a wonderful rest of your weekend and the rest of the month too. Until then, take care of everybody.